Now, there is no doubt in saying that Disney and Lucasfilm are indeed very busy with the future of the Star Wars franchise. I mean, they've got the Kenobi series, the Ahsoka Tano show, the Mandalorian Season 3 and 4, mind you, as well as the Andor series, and that's just the very beginning of this new universe. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, ever since the Gina Carano firing, there's been a lot of ruckus behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm, and the Star Wars fandom is once again up in arms over a major decision by Disney and Lucasfilm, and even Kathleen Kennedy. Now, here's the thing about Star Wars, is that yes, regardless of what happened with Gina Carano, they are still working on those projects. Make no mistake, I know a lot of fans out there are very confused, asking me left and right, are those shows canceled? Are they done and over with right now? That's not the case, at least not just yet, and I don't see it ending up like that. The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4, it's moving forward. Alright, the Ahsoka Tano, Kenobi, and Andor series, that's also moving ahead. As well as all of the other shows, such as The Acolyte by Kathleen Kennedy, which, by the way, I'm completely against that show. I've gone over as to why before in the past. Now, everything related to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, alright, these two guys are very busy with George Lucas by their side, making this new universe as best as possible. Alright, what they want to do on Disney Plus is they want to treat it like a library's worth of Star Wars material. Think of it as like a live-action version of books and novels. They want to make it that expansive on the Disney Plus platform. So, when we go ahead and look at everything related to Jon Favreau, he has a lot in store for the entire fandom when it comes to the new Star Wars projects and how Star Wars is going to be handled in the near future. Now, with that being said, now that The Mandalorian Season 3 is moving along very well, mind you, Disney and Lucasfilm are primarily focused on their new Star Wars universe moving ahead. However, it's described that with the Gina Carano situation, fans have been upset with Disney's direction of firing Gina Carano. However, in a recent interview from creator Jon Favreau, Favreau went on to explain to the fans that the future of Star Wars will embrace Star Wars Legends and the old expanded universe, and will treat Luke Skywalker in a more respectful manner in order to show how Luke became a Jedi Master. Additionally, Favreau continued to state that what he and his partner Dave Filoni are working on is going to be an incredible journey for the characters of Luke, Ahsoka, Kenobi, Andor, and others on the list that will be, of course, a part of this new universe and will bring Star Wars in a delightful direction. Now, Favreau at one point mentioned that what he and Dave Filoni are setting up is going to be so unexpected for the fans that he believes the fans deserve to get what they want to see either at home or one of course on the big screen or whatever it might be with Star Wars. Now, Favreau states that the fans have been long overdue to receive the things that they love about Star Wars, and that's correct. Additionally, separate from this, alright, it's noted that behind the scenes after the Gina Carano firing by Disney and Lucasfilm, both Kathleen Kennedy and other higher-ups over at Disney are worried about their Disney Plus platform and the current state of subscriptions being canceled by the fans, and that Kennedy is actually even more worried about her project Star Wars The Acolyte with Leslie Headland, since so many fans now are beginning to already boycott that show in response to the Carano situation. So, what's really interesting about this is that Kathleen Kennedy is in full-blown panic mode. Some higher-ups over at Disney in panic mode because of what's going on with fans either thinking about canceling their subscription or fans that have already done so. And this is a big deal. I mean, this story is everywhere. I mean, it's been on the news. It's been, talked about by a lot of actors and actresses about the Gina Carano situation. I mean, this isn't just related to Star Wars. This really kind of brought, things to attention to regular people that are not necessarily Star Wars fans that got a hold of the story. And we talked about this before in the past of what Gina Carano put on social media and how different people interpret it different ways and how different people have different viewpoints on this. And that's exactly why a lot of fans are very much, up in arms over this. It's not just because of that, it's also because of how Pedro Pascal has yet to be fired by posting similar things like that on Twitter. Now, apart from this, alright, Jon Favreau has a great vision, alright? He has a great vision for the future of the franchise and where it's going by paying respect to legends, alright? And paying respect to the character of Luke, and really doing something quite incredible with that. Now, Favreau and Filoni, they are working together as a team. They are trying to do everything that they can to make Star Wars just as iconic as it was throughout the 90s and the early 2000s. We're talking about Star Wars Legends, like the books and stuff. That's what they want to emulate in the form of live action and or animated material in the form of TV shows on Disney+. That's how expansive they want to make Disney on Disney+, or should I say Star Wars on Disney+. They want to make these shows as lengthy and as expansive as the books were with the old EU, and we're talking about hundreds of projects. Now, that may seem a little extreme, right? Because that would basically tell us that Star Wars is going to be around for 50 plus years. And that could be the case if they play their cards right, but so far right now, a lot of fans are doubting this. I, however, think that Star Wars is still going to move forward regardless of what happened with the Gina Carano situation. That doesn't mean that I'm downplaying the situation. I've gone over this, of how I think that it should have been handled differently with the Carano situation by Lucasfilm. Now, when we look at everything related to Jon Favreau, alright, he's in a really tough spot right now. We talked about this, of how he wants to cancel Rangers of the New Republic by dropping the title, dropping the overall plot of the story, and kind of reworking it and retitling that show and making it into something new. However, Lucasfilm, the higher-ups, don't want to necessarily do that, or should I say the Disney higher-ups don't necessarily want to do that because it would cost them a lot of money. But you know what? To me, it's a sacrifice, and it's a much-needed sacrifice. There's a reason to it being, of course, because Carano was going to be the main star of that show, taking place roughly 1 month leading up to 1 year after Return of the Jedi during the Battle of Jakku, showing us the downfall of the Empire and the rise of the remnants of the Empire into becoming the First Order eventually, which ties directly in with Mando Season 3 and 4. That's what they wanted to do. So, honestly, Favreau is in a very tough position right now. I do feel bad for the guy because of how stressful the situation is on his hands, as well as for Dave Filoni, but make no mistake, what's done is done when it comes to the overall timeline. Everything is pretty much set in stone still, except for Rangers. Rangers is having a bit of a dilemma right now. This may very well not see the light of day, and will be reworked into a brand new show. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear them moans again.